In this video, I'm going to show you how to model a six-sided die using the polygon modeling tools in Cinema 4D and the HyperNURBS object. To begin, create a new scene. Go ahead and add a cube to your scene and adjust the number of segments on X, Y, and Z. Set the number to 5 for X, Y, and Z. What this does is it gives us detail along the sides of our object that we did not have before. And using this detail, we're going to add some holes for our die. Go ahead and select your cube object and make it editable, which you can also do by pressing the C key on your keyboard. We now have a polygon object, which means that we can come in and use our polygon tools to select and change its shape. So go into polygon mode by selecting this tool right here, and then take your live select tool. Your live select tool allows you to click and drag to make a selection. Right now, I believe my cursor is a little bit too large for my own good, so I'm going to hit undo, take my live select tool, and adjust its radius. I'm going to set it to 5, which gives me a nice small dot. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the different sides of my die and start selecting some portions of it. As you can see, we've got a nice ring of polygons around the outside, and inside we have 9 boxes. I sort of cheated in that I knew exactly, I've done this a few times before, so I know exactly how many of these boxes I need. But notice that when I select one in the center, it's about the right size to be a dot, or if I select 3 going across like so, I'm in a pretty good position to do the dots on a die. So let's start by adding 1. So just take your live select tool and click on a single dot. Next, rotate your camera up, and we're going to select 2. And to do that, I'm going to hold down Shift on my keyboard to add to my selection. So hold down Shift and click right here and right here. So we now have 2 dots on our die. Next, I'm going to go to the next side, and I'm going to select 3 diagonally. So I'm going to hold down Shift again, and that's important. Click, click, click. Now, if you accidentally selected another polygon, what you can do is remove it from your selection by holding down the control key, and clicking, or clicking and dragging to remove it. That's 3. Let's go and do 4. Hold down Shift again. Click, 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 and click. And let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do 6 on the next side. Now, this might not actually be accurate to the arrangement of a real die. I'd have to do some research to check on that, but for our purposes, this should be fine. The next thing I'm going to do is inset these polygons. And I typically use the Extrude Inner tool for that. So to get access to that, just right-click and choose Extrude Inner. And then click and drag to your left. Notice that you get these nice inset polygons on all of our sides, except in this view right here, what I've gotten is instead of 6 dots, I've gotten these 2 tall lines, which is not what I want. So I'm going to hit undo. Anytime you're working with the polygon tools, it's very important to hit undo immediately after you make a mistake, because they can come back to haunt you. In order to have these extrude in on their own, I have to turn off the Preserve Groups option in my Attributes Manager here. And basically that says, even though these polygons are selected together, go ahead and treat them separately. Now I'm going to go ahead and click and drag to my left to inset my polygons. And then I'm going to right-click and choose my Extrude tool and click and drag to my left again to inset these polygons. I now have my dots selected, and they've been inset. I'm going to go ahead and apply a material to them by going to File, New Material, and I'm going to change the color from white to black. Simply drag this material onto your polygons, add a HyperNURBS object to your scene, and drag your cube inside, and you've got a six-sided die. Now what I'm noticing is that I have the dots are a little bit too small for my taste, so I'm going to select them by double-clicking on the selection tag, going to Selection, Grow Selection, and then go to Selection, Set Selection. I now have a 6-sided die with good-sized indentations.